We're here at Sturbridge, and this is John Booth and Ken with the Board of Health, and we're touring the site here today, many feet away, and so he's going to tell us this is an interesting site. They have their own landfill, and so reuse and recycling is priority. So he's going to tour us around here of the site.
This is our reuse building. The take it or leave it, we call it. Right next to it is Discover Books, and basically it's reusing the books also, which is a profitable business, I guess. We come over to the Salvation Army boxes. Basically, it's reuse again on clothing, shoes, and so forth. Small miscellaneous items. And we also have AFAB, which collects clothes, and another book bin that's actually doing it. Right behind is recycling of fluorescent light bulbs, and that's our shed.
And your pack rat has?
That used to be Habitat for Humanity, but there's no longer one in this area.
Okay.
So we are not doing that at the present time.
Okay, but in the past you were using that for furniture.
Our containers for furniture, and since the
for reuse. When the pandemic gets better, then we can get into better things.
Yeah, we can get into better things. And now we have construction debris, and that goes to Casella, and it probably gets empty every other week. Our hazmat building is for household hazardous waste. Basically, can get off the shelf at Walmart is the only chemicals, and it has to come into a container that is actually labeled with the product that's in it for us to accept that.
And you have your own staff that are trained to do that?
A licensed chemist that is on our staff, along with two people that are hired underneath his position.
Great. And that's about how many times a year? Because I know, because you're closed right now. It's about how many times a year? Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. Actually, we did 6. With COVID-19 this year, we were closed the first couple of months, but usually it's a 9-month program.
That's great.
Then we get into where we're collecting the electronics. Right behind it is where the electronics is stored. If you move over to, basically we have skids usually set up down here, but we got a little bit of snow today. And we'll collect all our electronics and our Freon containing items, and we'll split them into the 2 containers behind here from that skids. But the residents drop them off on the skids out in front, so that they ain't behind the containers getting hurt or anything.
Right.
And then you've got the clean wood, which is actually a recyclable product, and we're sending that to Casella also. And they are handling the clean wood products. And that was actually, this is a grant.
From DP.
Grant container. Then we get to the heavy aluminum and the metals, of course, and they're being sent to Vista. Now the burnables is waste to energy. It's products that's producing electricity, so that would be an alternative to doing recycling, which is waste to energy. And then we got a mattress program over here. We collect the mattresses. Naturally, they have to be dry and recyclable condition, and they're going into the container that's open right now, and stacked in there.
You can showcase our fancy new bin.
Yeah, and what's the new bin next to it for?
And then we got the new bin. That's our overflow right now. That's probably going to be replacing it actually is a spare for, we're doing swap outs to cut down trucking costs on the tin cans.
Yep.
Because empty and return would be twice the cost in trucking, so they pick up one and then they'll hold on to that container for a while. They'll put this one in service, and when they come back, they'll bring that one back.
To save money that way.
Saving us about $165 every time that thing goes out.
And you got bulky plastics.
And the same thing with this container. There's another one that we do that process with. That's a swap out. That saves that amount of money on trucking costs. We got our dry cardboard storage area. naturally they've gotten a little stricter on the cardboard. You have to keep it in dry, clean condition. So that's why we got the hoop building over here.
Yeah.
To keep that product dry. And a lot of times we'll put them down there on skids if they overflow. And we'll put tops over them.
Okay. All right, let's see how your trash goes over here. So we're gonna.
That's basically an overflow too for furniture when that burnables is filling up. So here's all our recyclable plastic. You got safety 7 that we're actually recycling, number 1 plastic, and then.
I just love it when people first come in. That's almost the first thing they see is the recyclable bales that you know that it's being recycled.
This is our new building.
Yeah. Keep a little warm.
Donation from Yogi Bear's Campground.
Keep a little warm. I was trying to show people your fun sign here. Let me see if I can find it. The rules and the regulations. Everybody must have a permit.
Oh, we got a new sign this year.
Yeah. See the attendant for all your stuff and all the contact information.
Over there, I mean, is the safety, as far as all the safety conditions of the personnel here.
And that you're a pay-as-you-throw program. So people get their pay-as-you-throw bags.
Yep, so it's all town of Sturbridge bags with the pay-as-you-throw bags.
And yard waste, they go down the road to drop off yard waste?
Yeah, yard waste. Right now, we're not seeing any yard waste.
Of course, it's a little winter right now.
It never stops as far as a yard waste that we're taking in this time of year. We're seeing Christmas trees. Once in a while, we'll see sorted branches. But that's the product that we're taking in now. And that kind of fizzles out in March, and then we start seeing lawn debris and brush, which goes into 2 different categories down there. And we have highway department processing each of them.
Yep.
One is just turned over, the other one's chipped.
And then this is the hopper for the trash for the pay-as-you-throw bags that goes to the landfill. Suggested signage. Oh, the cost. Used to have a little sign that said all the things that were allowed to be put in the trash. Household trash deposited here. Telling people about your old sign. I guess it got updated. But you can see this site is really not that. It's not really a big site, but it's just a drive-through, come through, and get rid of trash, get rid of your yard waste, get rid of your recyclables. Reuse is definitely, you can see, is number 1. You see the take it or leave it right away. And the hazardous waste. And then we're going to get to the recyclables here in a minute. John's getting my fun sign that this is, I think, it's put away because of thing. But this, yeah. That's great. I'm gonna.
We don't put it out in the snow.
Yeah.
This is hand creation.
Great. Now I think that gets people to really think.
Yeah, which is on the new.
Yeah.
That's on the new site sign.
With having your own landfill, that kind of makes it that you don't want to keep hazardous waste out. You don't want to fill it up with stuff that's reusable.
That's our driving force, is we have landfill space. You know, and like I said, when I was in Warren, that was our driving force, is saving that space for trash.
Yep. And you're one of the only few towns that have their own little landfill still left that's operational and it's lined and permitted and all set, and it's just for the town of Sturbridge's usage. There's no commercial trash at all in it. And the focus is that everything has its material management. Everything has to have a market, and then if it has a market, it will get collected and recycled. And you have to play around with the economics. And I think, oh, we lost John for a second. John is definitely, I think, for every transfer station, you need to have a John. You need to have somebody that is 100% dedicated and is talking to all the people and appreciate that. That really makes the transfer station. You can have a great layout, you can collect all the things, but if you don't have somebody who's dedicated, it makes it very difficult. So if you can share what's in the... What kind of recyclables you're separating here?
Okay, we're gonna come up here. This is our mixed paper product, which is categorized as residential fiber. It's a mixture of paper products. We have our newspaper that's going to another location, and it's strictly just newspaper, which is a more valuable product. That's why we're separating the two. And that's going out to a North Star, I think it is. Then we get down here. Basically, we only have one baler that's locked up right now.
Yep.
And that actually bales all the products that we're baling here, which is cardboard in 4 different types of plastic, which is your number 2 transparent. The letter numbers I ain't quite sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to look at my chart, but we're going to go simple with the number 1 plastic, number 2 colored plastic, and then 3, 2, 7 plastics.
And you're still having markets for these? Or it's just getting harder and harder?
The tin aluminum can is a difficult product to get rid of, but as long as you make a deal with your metal hauler, and he's getting the metal and the aluminum, which is higher quality metal, you probably could get them to do your tin cans also.
Yeah, you've done a lot of years of working with the relationships with those different vendors.
Yeah, so that is the main key, is to get a vendor that you're going to have miscellaneous product. You have to put negatives with positives to make a good deal with your vendor.
Yep.
And then you just maintain that relationship with that vendor, and you're going to get the best price possible out there. You know what I mean?
And it's just cans over there.
Yeah, and this is the tin and aluminum can combination. And then basically that would be returnable cans for charities, and styrofoam food trays would be going in these containers, which right at presently we're not doing anything with.
Yeah, right. That's what you have to keep on going with the market. If the market changes, then we change what we're educating.
We basically had started separating the product. We found a couple of recyclers at one time, and then those recyclers stopped doing it. But once you get a product separated, you don't want to commingle it again.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.